Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you on Thursday, September the 24th. The year's 2020. Let's talk trading. Buzzard reversal. I had a trader wanted me to talk about Buzzard reversals. It's something that we used to talk about. Wow, I think way back around 2008 or something. But before we get started, let me remind you, these videos are for educational purposes only, and your results may differ from mine. Okay, Buzzard reversal. What the heck is a Buzzard reversal? Well, you might, and why would I use the name Buzzard? Um, well, there's this, I guess you would call it a poster, um, where there's these two buzzards like out sitting on top of a cactus or something, and the one buzzard looks to the other, says something to the effect that I'm not gonna wait around, I'm gonna go kill something. And that's where the name Buzzard came from. Okay, so what is a Buzzard reversal? Well, as you know, I like to run statistics on price action and things of that nature. So I wrote an indicator, or a couple of indicators here, TRO bar stats in a row and TRO bar stats FF for flip-flop. And let's just take a look here at something. Maybe I can see about, oh, I think I updated it in 2016 because of the, oh, don't even have anything there because of the change in MT4. Anyway, how many times do you get one bar of the same, one green bar in a row, two green bars in a row, three green bars in a row, four green bars in a row, or red bars in a row? How many times does that happen? Well, as you can see here, um, after a certain point, the numbers really drop off heavily. So Buzzard reversal is when you get three or more bars in a row, same color, that's when you start looking for a price to reverse. So it's like a Buzzard, they usually sit and they wait, and then they go in and then they start picking the scraps or picking the bones. So for example, here you see you got 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row, a huge drop, and what happens? You look for that reversal. Here you got 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row. What happens? Look for the reversal. And just here, this a few hours ago, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 green in a row. Look what happened? A reversal. So that's where that came from. And if you're wondering why 1440, because that's how many minutes there are in a day. So if you want to, you can switch this over to the 1 minute chart, and you can see here a lot of times the same thing happens. You got 1, 2, 3 in a row, and there was a slight reversal here. And so right now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row. So you can see it doesn't happen. Now people might think, well, it's 50-50. No, it's not 50-50. We're not flipping coins here. It's not 50-50. The the probability of this candle closing red and this, or this can versus this candle closing green, does not exist. Let me repeat that. The probability that this candle closes red or green does not exist. There are no probabilities in trading. It's all statistics. So what we could say is, well, according to statistics, we've got 4 red bars in a row, and it's very unlikely that we're going to get a 5th red bar in a row. And we've got 16, 14 seconds to see if that proves itself out or not. 7, 5, 3, 2, and the bar closed. You see how that worked? So it's real simple. You look at a chart and you say, well, how many times in a row? And you don't need to have these indicators um, up while you're doing this. I mean, you run it maybe once and then you just put this away. I mean, I haven't used these indicators probably. I think I might have used them once this year so far. I was doing something. I think I was working on another flip-flop indicator or something. And so, in other words, how many times does it go flip-flop? Flip-flop is red-green or green-red. Okay. Now, 2 flip-flops would be green to red, then red to green. 3 flip-flops would be green to red, red to green, green to red, and so on. So, how many times do these occur? As you can see, 4 is a very rare occasion. So, what that tells you is after the 3rd flip-flop, probably the color is going to remain the same. So let's see, where were we here? So we got flip-flop 1, flip-flop 2, flip-flop 3. So after 3 flip-flops, it's probably going to remain the same, and it dropped down. So do you see how that works? So Buzzard reversals, like I say, look for 3 bars, 4 bars. You know, once you get 4 or 5 bars, it's just something to notice. Or if you see price doing that flip-flop thing where it's the candles are oscillating, then you know, hey, chances are after 3 flip-flops, whichever that last one flopped to, it's probably going to go in the same direction based on statistics. And that's all this is based on statistics, not probability. Okay, it's not coin flipping. It's not rolling the dice. It's based on statistics, which have to do with history. Now, we can also switch this over to the daily chart. Oh, I forgot to. Oh, if you're using the sweet spots indicator, maybe this is good. Get to show you another feature here. The one I modified, TRO modified version. If you come down here to the auto adjust, and if you set this to true, and there's a reason I didn't make the default true, because some people don't want things changing. So if you don't like to see it all scrunched up, so when you switch over to daily and above, it'll space them at like 10 times whatever you had it. So let's take a look at something here. On the daily in a row, you see after 3 bars, it's just got a very low statistics say you're usually not going to get more than 3 in a row. But what happens when you do 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row? Look what this candle's doing right now. Now, of course, you see there's some huge runs here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, you can get some huge runs. You know, some people would say it's trending. But the other thing about this is, once again, remember, I'm not one of those big pip guys. In fact, somebody wrote an email and said, well, you know, if so and so could do this, wouldn't that be impressive, or blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, I'm not concerned with what other traders and how much money they're making in their portfolio. That, you know, it's like, that's none of my business. You know, if they have something and they're making big pips, you know, a tip of the hat to them. That's just not my style of trading. I watched a video yesterday, some guy once again talking about market structure, blah blah blah. But that's just not my style of trading. I mean, what I see is I can see price ranging between here, between the 125 and 127 right here. You can see all this, and so it kind of forms like a Darvis box, if you're familiar with that. Then it breaks out of that box, and then it forms another box. and then it breaks out of that, and then it forms another, and then it breaks out of that, and then it forms another, and then it breaks out of that. I mean, you know, I can see it. I don't even need an indicator or have to put lines up there. You know, after you study these things for a while, you can see, um, you can just see these things. Just like the midpoint, I can pretty much guess where the midpoint is on the candle. And oh yeah, it's crossed above that previous candle's midpoint. But, you know, I'm just not concerned. And, you know, I'm focused on what I'm doing and how I do it and my portfolio and my pip count. I'm not worried about somebody else's. And, you know, and that's what I try to pass that advice on to other traders because, once again, you need to focus. I think I did talked about keeping things simple. And that's part of it. You know, if you focus on what you're doing, not what somebody else is doing. I see. I think we can probably should show this on the M5 time frame. So you can see here. I mean, you can 1, 2, 3. So after 3, you start looking for that reversal. You got some. You take your pips off the table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Each one of these times you're looking for a reversal. And there were some pips to be had, granted, not a lot. And then finally you hit the mother lode and this is what you get. So you've got actually, wow, now that I think about it, I was short somewhere around 70 and got out somewhere around 60. I took it for 9 pips, but wow, had I stayed in that trade, the woulda, coulda, shoulda. But you see, once again, not my style. You know, had I followed the mid dots, maybe I'd still be in that trade, but I was just looking to scalp, as Walmart would say, you know, get that core for the day, core number of pips, and stack it up. But you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. Chances of 6 are slim and none, but you know, it does happen. But you see here there was a reversal, starts to come back on you. Take it out. In fact, you see I've got this little EA here, and but like I said, I don't give these away. This is just so when I'm in it, I can close all the trades with one click because for some strange reason, the developers at MT4 never thought to give us that option. It's like get out of all the trades on a particular pair, or I've got one on my account screen where I get out of all trades. Just I want to flatten the account. Just get out of everything, especially if you've got a basket of pairs. Um, But you know, if I were to give this out and something goes wrong, and it doesn't have anything to do with my confidence in my coding abilities, that's not what's in question. What's in question is if somehow it hiccups, you know, if it gets a bad tick or something, or something else hangs up, and then all the trades don't get closed out. I don't want anybody wanting to take me to court over it or fault me because once again, you know, these videos are for educational purposes only. But no, I put a little feature in there. It's kind of like the exit playbook, and I hit the wrong thing. But anyway, so now if it goes up like 2 or 3 pips, then it moves the stop loss to break even +1. So I don't let a winner ever turn into a loser. And so it might trigger me out, but it's like, it's those where you might get mad, but doesn't do you any good. And for you Walmart traders here, right here, as we were watching, you can see it just crossed that Walmart line. You took that trade, it was good for, you know, a couple handful of pips. So that's the Buzzard reversal. 3 or more bars in a same color in a row. Look for price to reverse. So, fellow traders, there's no probability in trading, only statistics. And just remember, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please click subscribe, click like, and share the video all over the internet. And this is the Rumpled One, over and out.